Our first question will come from Jacob Rayburn with the Cardinal Sports Report.
Hey Connor, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Can't complain. So I'm wondering if you can talk us through rather, your thoughts and the key kind of teaching points moving forward from this past game for the offense.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, at the end of the day, we have to get better, and we have to execute. Obviously, these first 2 weeks, our offense in particular has faced some adversity, but we can't use that as an excuse. And the only way we can move forward is by getting 1% better every single day, reflecting on our mistakes and reflecting on the game, watching the film and learning from them. I feel like every single game, every single practice, there's something you can learn from it. So we have to make sure that we're taking those key takeaways and putting them into our game.
And a follow-up, this season, really no amount of games, no game at all is promised with the current state of things. But even if you guys get every game on the schedule, it's a really short season. 2 games in, how does that feel different for you guys? Does it change the urgency? Does it change like oh my gosh, we're 2 games into like maybe a 7-game season or a 6-game season?
Yeah, I mean, this season, it definitely feels a lot different than a normal season. And that's just because of all the circumstances that we have to go through. But at the end of the day, we are having a season and we are fortunate for that. And like you said, normally, yeah, we'd be playing double the amount of games. But right now it's like game 2, and we have to really think of that as game 4, right? So yeah, there is a more sense of urgency. Like, all right, we got to get shit going. Get things going. My bad. But yeah,
it's a pandemic, man. You can say shit. Thanks, Connor.
Yep. Thank you.
Our next question comes from RJ Abadia with the Bootleg.
So, Connor, I just wanted to ask you about what you've seen so far from Washington State on film, especially with the back end. Davis kind of hinted at they do throw some press coverage at you. What are you kind of expecting to see from them?
Yeah, they'll run cover 3. They run multiple different coverages, but yeah, they will come down and run that cover 1. And if they want to come down and press our receivers across the board, then that should be a mistake. And, we need to take advantage of that. We've obviously talked about this receiving core for a long time. And at the end of the day, if it's going to be all one-on-one matchups, then we need to win those.
And then just the last thing for me, you talked about the receivers, and I'm just curious, there's been an asterisk for every week to start the season for you guys, whether it was guys missing or what have you. And I'm just wondering, you talked about the urgency. Is there a little chip on the shoulders of the wide receivers or maybe the team as a whole at this point to have an actual chance to show what you guys think you are?
Yeah, 100%. Just the circumstances that we faced, it's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, like I said in the beginning, no excuses. With Davis and I last week not being able to practice a whole week straight into a game, it's adversity. But at the end of the day, no excuses. We have to find a way to win, regardless of any adversity that we face. And yeah, we definitely are going to go into this game with a chip on our shoulder because, there's just been a lot of things that have happened, and we want to prove what we can do.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Janie McCauley with the Associated Press.
Hi, Connor. Thanks for doing this. Along those lines, how much more in sync do you expect your offense to be, given that your quarterback and a couple of wide receivers are back, and practicing all week without just 45 minutes to game plan for a team? And Coach Shaw has stressed, at least shared with us, the need to convert more third downs and also, have a better third quarter. And I guess do you envision a little bit more timing being on and the offense executing better this week with more time together?
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, at the end of the day, practice makes perfect in any field. And if you're unable to do that, then and you have to go out and perform as talented or as good as you are. I mean, this is the Pac-12, and this is, you're going against good players, great players all across the conference. And if you're unable to practice, practice makes perfect. So having this a week of practice, I think will definitely allow our offense to be more in sync and make those plays, make those third downs that we need to make.
And Osiris rejoining you guys, how's he look in terms of his timing, and what does that do for the depth of the receiving core?
Yeah, I mean, our receiving core is very deep in terms of depth. But Osiris, he's a great player, and he's a leader on this team and in this receiver core. He really brings that fire that we need him to bring. So we're excited to get him back.
Our next question comes from Daniel Martinez-Krams in the Stanford Daily.
Hey there. Ask Davis this, but I want to ask you and flip it, I guess. What's your relationship like with him? You've roomed together, obviously, and he was able to trust you last week, go to you at the end of the game. What's it like between you two?
With Davis and I?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's been great. He's one of my best friends. And yeah, I mean, me, him, and Osiris have been roommates ever since I can remember at Stanford. So yeah, we definitely have a lot of chemistry built off the field and on the field as well. But yeah, he's one of my best friends.
Any other questions for Connor Wedington? All right, thanks for your time, Connor.
Thank you.